I'm Justin Jennifer. We are discussing Flutter topics or Flutter interview questions. Today we will discuss a compare and give real-world example of provider GetX, Bloc, RiverPod, and how to decide which one is best for you. Comparing Flutter state management solutions like Provider, Bloc Business Logic Component, RiverPod, and GetX can be subjective as each has its strengths and weaknesses. The choice depends on factors such as project complexity, personal preference, team familiarity, and specific requirements. Let's see one by one, then compare them, and at the end we will discuss on some real-world example of all these. One provider. Provider is a simple and lightweight state management solution provided by the Flutter team. It offers a convenient way to propagate changes through the widget tree using inherited widgets. Suitable for small to medium-sized projects or when you prefer a simpler approach to state management. Good for beginners and projects where simplicity is preferred. 2. Bloc Business Logic Component. Bloc separates business logic from UI, making it easier to test and maintain code. Uses streams, usually from RxStar, to manage state and communicate between components. Recommended for larger projects or when you need more control over state management and separation of concern. Requires a bit more boilerplate code compared to Provider, but provides better scalability and testability. 3. RiverPod. RiverPod is built on top of Provider and offers improved dependency injection and scoping capabilities. Provides a more modern and flexible approach to managing state and dependencies. Offers better performance and scalability compared to Provider. Suitable for projects requiring advanced dependency management or when you need fine-grained control over the scope of dependencies. 4. GetX. GetX is a full-fledged solution offering not only state management but also navigation, dependency injection, and more, known for its simplicity, productivity, and performance. Uses reactive programming and observables to manage state changes. Suitable for small to medium-sized projects or when you prefer a more opinionated solution with less boilerplate. Which one to choose for smaller projects or beginners? Provider or GetX may be a good choice due to their simplicity and ease of use. For larger projects requiring advanced state management and separation of concerns, Bloc or RiverPod might be preferable for their scalability and maintainability. GetX can be a good choice if you prefer a more holistic solution that covers various aspects of app development beyond just state management. Ultimately, there's no one-size-fits-all solution, and the best choice depends on your specific project requirements, familiarity with the tools, and personal preferences. It's advisable to experiment with different options and choose the one that best fits your needs. There are real examples of how each state management solution provider, Bloc, RiverPod, GetX could be used in various scenarios. 1. Provider user authentication, managing the user authentication state across the entire application, including login/logout screens and user profile pages. Shopping cart, tracking the state of the shopping cart in an e-commerce app, allowing users to add/remove items and see the updated total across different screens. Theme management, switching between light and dark themes throughout the app with changes instantly reflected in all UI components subscribed to the theme state. Localization, handling multilingual support by managing the current locale and providing localized strings to different parts of the app. 2. Bloc social media feeds, handling complex logic for fetching, caching, and displaying social media feeds with features like infinite scrolling, pull to refresh, and dynamic content updates. Form validation, managing form input validation logic, ensuring that user inputs meet specified criteria before submission with error messages displayed in real data synchronizing real data across multiple clients in collaborative applications, such as collaborative document editing or multiplayer games. Payment processing, orchestrating payment processing workflows, handling asynchronous interactions with payment gateways, and managing transaction states. 3. RiverPod dependency injection, managing dependencies across different layers of the application, ensuring efficient and flexible dependency management without tight coupling. Scoped state management, providing scoped state management for components within specific feature modules or screens, preventing unnecessary re-renders and optimizing performance. Global app configuration, managing global app configurations and settings, allowing dynamic updates without restarting the application. For GetX, navigation management, handling navigation between different screens and routes in the application with support for named routes, deep linking, and route transitions. State management, managing application state using reactive programming paradigms with built-in support for observable data, reactive bindings, and automatic UI updates. Dependency injection, injecting dependencies into components and services with support for lazy loading, singleton instances, and constructor injection. Internationalization, localizing the application interface and content for different languages and locales with support for dynamic language switching and runtime translations. That's all the possible explanation. If this video helped you, give it a like, subscribe to the channel for more contents, press bell icon to get notified when new content's uploaded, and ask your question in comment section. I will answer them all. Have a great Flutter experience.